headscarf. We made one and Anna modeled it, but this time I had very pretty yarn here, and I decided that I wanted to combine them. So if you have yarn and you don't have enough to do anything on its own, so put them together, and the way you do that is that put them together like this. Well, that doesn't look like much. It gives a texture, but it would be nice if it had this one too. And the way to see how it's going to look knitted is that you kind of twist it. And you see, okay, that looks nice. That looks nice. So let's do that. And that's how I came up with knitting these three together. These three. And this is a number 6 yarn, and I am using number 11 knitting needles, and I cast it on, I think it's 22, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 22, and I am this time, instead of making the cables looking toward the inside, or the two, going one side and the other, these are looking toward the same side, like here. So I marked here where I made the cable, and I will show you how to do it in a second. So if I do this every 6 rows, that means this is where I did my cable on this row, and I count the row where I did my cable plus the coming back row. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I finished the row where I did my cable, and then I count 6 more rows. Oh, well, I count the one that I came back, but I count 8 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is I do my cable, I come back, and 6 more. So this is very pretty. Now I'm going to do my cable row, which is I am going to knit. This is the edge. I always leave an edge because it makes it nice and flexible. You see it gives. So now I am going to do my cable. I will pick up 1, 2, 3, and leave it in the back. So I leave it in the back and I knit 3. 1, 2, 3. I bring my cable needle and I knit the 3 from there. 1, 2. Let me pick up the whole thing. It is very important when you knit with more than one yarn that you make sure that you pick up all of them. So now I'm going to purl 2, purl 2 in the middle, and now I will do my 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Leave it in the back also. So that means that every time I do a cable, my cable needle is in the back. Like that, they both go the same way. So I have 1, 2, 3, and I bring my cable needle and I knit the 3 from there. 1, 2.
Those are always a little tight.
Yeah, because you're pulling them.
Mm-hmm.
Since they're crossing, you're pulling them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's normal. And then you're going to knit the last ones. Anna is knitting. Anna is knitting.
I knitted this project already.
Yes. So now, on the way back, this is what you do on every row on the way back. So you knit 1, 2, 3, 4, and you purl 6. 1. These are going to be a little bit tight because you crossed them. 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to knit the 2 in the middle. And then the 6 from your cable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the other 4. And of course, all the other rows, the way you make them when you are not making the cable, on the right side, you are going to knit 10, purl 2, and knit 10. And on the way back, it's knit 4, purl 6, knit 2, purl 6, and knit 4. That means this way. Knit 4, purl 6, knit 2, purl 6, knit 4. So that's the way it is. And at the beginning of this headscarf, I did 2, 4, 6, 8 rows of only knit. On this one in particular, I casted on only 18. So I casted 18, I knitted, and every time I found my yarn on the right side, I knitted front and back on the first one, front and back on the one before last, and then I come back, front, so now I have 20, and then front and back on the first one, front and back on the one before last, because like that, you see, that's where it is.
And you have
Like that it's, yeah, and like that I have 22, and it makes it kind of round. Look how pretty it looks.
It is cute.
Yeah, and once this is in, you can see how it's rounded, and that's where the next, the extra stitch is, and it's right there. And of course you don't want to do the last one here, you want to do the one before last, because like that it's in between the first and the second right there, and it's that one right there. So it is it's very nice, because that's where your buttons are going to go, like there and there. And when you finish it, you can make your buttonholes here and here, and it has that round. When you finish it, of course, you have 2, 4, 6, 8 rows on only knitting. And when you finish it, you will have your 2 rows of 22. You make your 2 buttonholes there, and then come back, and then on the next row you knit 1, knit it together, make the whole row, knit it together like the one before last with the one before last there, and so that the last one is by itself, it's not knitted with anything else. And then come back, and then on the next row you knit 1, knit it together, go the whole way, knit it together, and knit the last one, and then bind off. And like that, you have the round edges at the beginning and at the end, which is nice.